Imagine waking up one day and realizing that a year has passed, yet you're in the exact same place you were yesterday. No growth, no progress, nothing to show for your time, because you never had a plan. Friends, let me tell you the truth. Success doesn't wait. Opportunities don't knock twice. Every day without a plan is a day wasted, a step backward disguised as comfort. And today, we're going to change that. If you want to take control of your life, hit that subscribe button right now, because this is the beginning of your breakthrough. Motivation. Inspire the listener to take immediate action. Discipline. Show that consistent effort guided by a plan is non-negotiable. Faith. Build belief in oneself. Planning transforms dreams into reality. Success mindset. Cultivate clarity, focus, and unstoppable momentum. Your mission, starting today, is simple. Plan deliberately, act intentionally, and refuse to drift. With the right plan, discipline becomes effortless, motivation stays alive, and faith in yourself grows unshakable. No plan, no progress. But a plan, total transformation. If you're ready to stop wandering and start winning, subscribe now. Every week, we break down the strategies, habits, and mindsets that turn ordinary people into unstoppable achievers. Don't just watch, transform. You can't hit a target you can't see, and yet so many people wander through life expecting results without ever defining a clear direction. They move from one day to the next, busy yet unproductive, thinking that action alone will create success. But without a roadmap, effort becomes wasted energy. Momentum drifts away, and the small victories of yesterday are erased by the indecision of today. Clarity breeds power, because when you know exactly where you are going, every step you take aligns with your ultimate vision. Your mind becomes sharper, distractions lose their grip, and choices that once seemed overwhelming become obvious and manageable. A plan is not just a list of tasks, it is a declaration to yourself that you refuse to drift, that you are claiming ownership of your time and your potential. It transforms ambiguity into direction, fear into courage, and hesitation into action. The act of writing down your plan is the first commitment to yourself, a contract between who you are now and who you are determined to become. Without clarity, opportunities slip by unnoticed, decisions stall indefinitely, and the days turn into weeks, the weeks into months, and before you know it, a year has passed, with no measurable progress. Clarity allows you to see not only the end goal, but the stepping stones along the way. It gives you a framework to measure success and adjust course. It allows you to prioritize what truly matters and ignore what is irrelevant or distracting. Every successful person, every visionary, every leader started with clarity, with a defined target, with the courage to map out a path, even when the terrain was uncertain, because a plan gives direction, and direction gives power. And power is nothing more than the ability to turn intention into action, to convert potential into reality, to take the chaotic energy of life and focus it into deliberate progress. A goal without a deadline is nothing more than a dream, and dreams, while beautiful, have a way of fading when they are not anchored to action. People spend years wishing for change, imagining the life they want, but without a timeline, without a plan, those wishes remain just thoughts in their minds. They hope that motivation alone will carry them forward. But motivation is fleeting. It comes and goes like a storm, leaving emptiness behind if not supported by structure. Deadlines create urgency. They force you to act when procrastination whispers that tomorrow is enough. A timeline turns abstract intentions into tangible challenges. It gives your actions purpose. Every task, every small step, becomes a marker on the path to your ultimate destination. Without deadlines, you drift, your energy scatters, and time slips through your fingers unnoticed. Successful people understand that a goal becomes powerful only when it is coupled with a schedule. When you define not just what you want, but when you want it, you create pressure. And pressure is the catalyst for action. It forces decisions, sharpens focus, and ignites determination. A goal without a deadline can be endlessly postponed. But once you set a target date, every day gains meaning. Every choice becomes significant. The clock becomes your ally, not your enemy. It drives you to prioritize, to organize, to commit, and to persist. It turns dreams into missions, wishes into strategies, and hopes into measurable results. Your timeline does not have to be perfect. Life will always adjust your path, but without it, you are a ship lost at sea, drifting aimlessly. Whereas a goal with a deadline is a compass pointing true north, guiding every decision, fueling every action, reminding you daily that progress is not optional, that achievement is a choice, that the distance between where you are and where you want to be is bridged only by deliberate, disciplined steps taken with intention and urgency. Motivation alone will never carry you to success because it is fleeting. It rises in bursts and fades in moments, leaving you stranded if there is no foundation beneath it. Discipline is the backbone of progress, the unshakable force that moves you forward when excitement wanes and energy runs low. It is the quiet decision to act, even when you don't feel like it. The choice to push through discomfort, resistance, and doubt. Every successful person understands that the days when you don't feel like moving are the days that define your destiny. Discipline is not about punishment or rigidity. It is about creating structure, routines, and habits that automate success. It allows you to show up consistently, to do the work that others avoid, to compound small actions into monumental results over time. Without discipline, talent, ideas, and even passion are wasted potential. They flicker briefly and disappear into the void of inconsistency. But when you follow a plan with discipline, your efforts multiply and results accelerate. Discipline trains your mind to focus on what matters, to resist distractions, and to stay on course even when the path is difficult. It turns ordinary days into extraordinary progress. It transforms struggle into growth, frustration into learning, and challenges into stepping stones. Motivation may spark the fire, but discipline keeps it burning. It is the bridge between vision and achievement. Without it, you drift aimlessly, caught in cycles of hope and disappointment. Every action, every choice, every habit, guided by discipline, strengthens your ability to succeed. It creates momentum that cannot be stopped. It is invisible when done consistently, yet its impact is monumental. The life you dream of is built not in moments of inspiration, but in hours, days, and years of disciplined effort. It is the relentless commitment to your plan, the refusal to quit, the persistence to act, even when the world around you doubts. And it is this unwavering discipline that turns ordinary humans into unstoppable forces of progress. Small steps compound into massive results, yet so many people overlook the power of consistency. They wait for a single moment of greatness, a breakthrough that will change everything overnight. But the truth is that progress is rarely explosive. It is the result of countless small, deliberate actions taken day after day. These steps, though seemingly insignificant in isolation, accumulate like drops of water carving a canyon. Each choice you make, each action you take, according to your plan, adds momentum to your journey. Small wins build confidence, fuel motivation, and create patterns that shape your habits and ultimately define your destiny. The universe rewards persistence more than brilliance. It rewards those who show up, even when the effort feels trivial, even when results are invisible. Every giant leap in life is preceded by 1,000 tiny steps, a small phone call, a single page written, a single decision made, repeated consistently until progress becomes inevitable. The beauty of compounding is that it multiplies your efforts, turning small actions into exponential growth. What seems impossible today becomes achievable tomorrow, when consistent steps are applied with discipline and focus. The key is patience and persistence, not perfection. To ignore small actions is to deny the power of time, to underestimate the force of accumulation. Every habit you form, every routine you maintain, and every consistent effort aligns with your larger plan, creating a trajectory that cannot be easily derailed. The momentum builds silently, invisibly, Until one day, the results are undeniable. Transformation becomes visible, and what once felt like a distant dream is now reality. Massive success is never a coincidence. It is the product of consistent action, persistent focus, and the relentless belief that every small step matters, that progress is earned incrementally, and that through the compounding power of effort, ordinary people achieve extraordinary results. Time waits for no one, and yet so many of us live as if we have an endless supply of it. We postpone our dreams, delay action, and convince ourselves that tomorrow will be easier, tomorrow will be the right day, tomorrow will be when we start. But the truth is that every hour, every minute, every second that passes without deliberate action is lost forever. The clock is indifferent to our excuses. It moves relentlessly forward, carrying with it opportunities, chances, and moments that will never return. Success is not built in waiting rooms. It is forged in the moments when you decide to act, when you take control of your time and refuse to let it control you. A day without a plan is a day surrendered to randomness, a day where distractions dictate your choices, and your energy is scattered across tasks that do not matter. Time is the great equalizer. Rich and poor, young and old, everyone has the same 24 hours. Yet the difference between those who achieve and those who drift is how they use it. When you understand that time is your most precious resource, you begin to treat every moment as an opportunity, every decision as a step forward. Planning your day becomes not a chore, but a declaration of intent. It allows you to prioritize what matters, to eliminate what doesn't, and to act with precision and purpose. The moments you invest wisely compound into results that others only dream about. Procrastination steals time quietly. It whispers that delay is harmless, but each postponed action creates a ripple of missed opportunities that grows larger over time. The life you want is not built in random bursts of effort, but in the deliberate, consistent use of time guided by a clear plan. When you honor your hours, when you act with urgency, every small task, every focused effort, every intentional decision adds up, and progress becomes inevitable. The reality is harsh but empowering. Time will move with or without you. It will not pause, it will not wait, and it will not bend to your wishes. To achieve your goals, to reach your potential, to live a life that matters, you must take control, schedule your actions, respect your hours, and refuse to let another day slip by wasted, because every minute invested with purpose is a seed planted for the harvest of success, and every moment squandered is a chapter of opportunity lost forever. Accountability accelerates progress in ways that mere planning cannot. It is the invisible engine that turns intention into action. People often make plans and set goals, yet fail to achieve them because there is no one or nothing holding them responsible. Without accountability, promises to yourself remain words, hopes fade, and momentum stalls. When you measure your progress, track your actions, and confront the truth of whether you are following through, you create pressure that fuels performance. It forces you to take ownership of your decisions, to face your weaknesses, and to push beyond excuses that would otherwise derail you. Accountability is not about punishment. It is about empowerment. It is the practice of being honest with yourself and with others about where you stand and where you are going. Successful people leverage accountability in every form, whether through mentors, coaches, partners, or systems. They understand that the truth of their actions is the bridge between potential and results. Without this mirror, the illusion of progress can convince you that you are moving forward, when in reality, you are standing still. Accountability demands clarity. It requires that you define what success looks like and measure your steps toward it consistently. It builds discipline, sharpens focus, and ignites persistence. The smallest daily check-ins, the simple act of reviewing your goals and actions, can create momentum that propels you faster than sporadic bursts of effort. It turns vague aspirations into tangible outcomes. It transforms laziness into urgency. It replaces self-deception with self-mastery. When you are accountable, excuses lose their power, distractions become less tempting, and consistency becomes non-negotiable. Accountability makes your plan real. It forces you to act when you feel lazy, to keep moving when progress feels slow, and to persist when challenges arise. It is the silent partner in every achievement, the invisible force that separates those who dream from those who accomplish. Embracing accountability means that you are no longer drifting, no longer hiding behind hope or intention. You are actively shaping your results, tracking your growth, adjusting your course, and refusing to settle for mediocrity. And it is through this relentless self-awareness and responsibility that ordinary efforts are multiplied into extraordinary success. Because when you are accountable, you are unstoppable, and progress becomes inevitable. Adapt, don't abandon, is the mantra of those who achieve lasting success. Life is unpredictable, filled with challenges that no plan can foresee, obstacles that appear without warning, and situations that demand more from you than you imagined. Yet so many people give up the moment their carefully laid plans are disrupted. They treat setbacks as failures, mistakes as dead ends, and difficulties as reasons to quit. But the truth is that progress is not linear. It is a winding path, full of twists and turns that test your resilience, your creativity, and your commitment. A plan is a guide, not a guarantee. And the ability to adapt is what transforms challenges into opportunities. To adapt does not mean to abandon your vision or surrender your goals. It means to adjust your approach, to learn from circumstances, to recalibrate without losing momentum. Every successful person has faced unforeseen difficulties, from market crashes to personal setbacks, from health issues to sudden changes in direction. What separates the achievers from the dreamers is not the absence of obstacles, but the willingness to evolve, to remain flexible while staying anchored to their ultimate destination. Adaptation requires awareness, humility, and courage. It demands that you observe reality without denial, accept the facts without resistance, and respond with intention rather than reaction. It is a skill that can be cultivated through patience, reflection, and continuous learning. When you embrace adaptation, you transform adversity into fuel for growth. Challenges become teachers, mistakes become lessons, and detours become new paths to the same destination. Abandoning your plan at the first sign of difficulty guarantees stagnation, but adjusting your plan strategically ensures that every setback contributes to your forward motion. Adaptability also strengthens your mindset. It builds resilience, creativity, and problem-solving skills, allowing you to navigate uncertainty with confidence rather than fear. It trains you to see multiple solutions, to find opportunities where others see obstacles, and to remain committed to progress even when the path is unclear. Life will always test you, but the ability to adapt keeps you moving, keeps you learning, and keeps you winning. It is not about avoiding failure, but about transforming failure into a stepping stone. The most successful people do not succeed because life was easy. They succeed because they refused to quit, because they adapted when necessary. They remained focused when distracted, and they persisted when circumstances seemed impossible. To adapt is to honor your plan while respecting reality. It is the dynamic balance between vision and execution, between intention and flexibility, and it is this balance that allows ordinary humans to achieve extraordinary results. Because those who adapt do not stop at obstacles. They evolve, they innovate, they find new ways forward, and in doing so, they ensure that progress is continuous, unstoppable, and inevitable. No matter what life throws at them, adaptation is not a compromise. It is the secret weapon of those who understand that the journey to success is a living, breathing process, and that to move forward, you must bend without breaking, change without losing your purpose, and persist without surrender. Faith in action creates miracles. Yet so many people misunderstand what faith truly means. They think it is passive, a quiet hope that things will work out, a wish that life will unfold in their favor. But faith without action is powerless. It is invisible, ineffective, and ultimately empty. True faith is active. It demands that you believe in yourself, while simultaneously doing the work that transforms belief into reality. It is the bridge between vision and achievement, between dreams and tangible results. Faith gives you courage when fear whispers that you are not enough. It gives you clarity when confusion clouds your mind, and it gives you resilience when obstacles rise like mountains in your path. Yet faith alone is not sufficient. It must be paired with deliberate, consistent, and courageous action. Miracles are not the product of hope alone. They are the outcome of effort, guided by belief. When you act on your faith, you transform intention into momentum, you convert energy into results, and you turn the invisible into the tangible. Consider the lives of those who have achieved greatness. They did not wait for perfect conditions. They did not rely on luck or external validation. They believed in their purpose, trusted their abilities, and acted relentlessly, even when circumstances seemed impossible, even when the world doubted them. Faith in action is relentless. It is the refusal to give up when failure appears, the refusal to settle when mediocrity whispers, and the refusal to postpone when the opportunity to act presents itself. It is both a shield and a weapon, protecting you from self-doubt and equipping you to conquer challenges. Without action, faith is a seed that never sprouts, a promise that never materializes, a dream that never leaves your mind. With action, faith becomes unstoppable. Each step you take reinforces your belief. Each challenge you overcome strengthens your resolve, and each small victory compounds into momentum that moves mountains. The key is not to wait for faith to bring miracles, but to become the instrument through which miracles are realized. When you commit to your plan with faith in yourself, and in the process, you unleash a force that is greater than obstacles, greater than doubt, and greater than fear. Action, fueled by faith, turns failures into lessons, setbacks into setups, and ordinary efforts into extraordinary results. It transforms impossible situations into breakthroughs. It creates opportunities where none seem to exist, and it builds a life that others would call miraculous. Every moment of courage, every decision to act despite uncertainty, and every step taken with belief compounds into results that change the course of your journey. Faith in action is the engine of transformation, the force that converts potential into performance, intention into impact, and dreams into reality. It requires persistence, discipline, and vision. It demands that you show up consistently, do the work, and trust the process, even when immediate results are invisible. Those who master faith in action understand that miracles are not random. They are deliberate, they are earned, and they are created by the synergy of belief, effort, and unwavering commitment. The life you want, the success you envision, and the impact you desire are all within reach when you combine faith with action, when you act boldly, persistently, and intentionally, guided by belief in yourself and the power of your plan, because it is in this union of faith and action that ordinary humans perform extraordinary feats, defy the odds, and achieve what once seemed impossible. So, now, the choice is yours. Will you drift through life aimlessly, letting time, opportunities, and your potential slip away? Or will you take control, make a plan, act with discipline, embrace accountability, adapt to challenges, and move forward with unwavering faith in yourself? The path to progress is not easy. It will test you, push you, and demand more than you think you have. But every small step, every focused action, every moment invested with purpose compounds into the life you dream of. Today is the day to stop waiting, stop hoping, and start doing, because no plan means no progress. But a plan, guided by courage, consistency, and belief, can transform your life, ignite your destiny, and turn ordinary moments into extraordinary achievements. So take that first step, commit to the journey, and refuse to settle for anything less than the success, growth, and freedom that is waiting for you.